Vanny, bring me everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
Everyone! I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
No one is to stone anyone until I blow this whistle.
You can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Lord, you can imagine where it goes from here.
Hello and welcome to episode number 85 of the Zedos Gang podcast. I'm here today as your host, Sacha Allari, and with me I have got Peter Travis Long from the Mr. Peter P. FL. It's always the FL. I keep forgetting that. Film and video games podcast, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Say hi to the peeps.
Hey guys, I'm back again. I don't know if you saw me before, but yeah, it's nice to be around again, Sacha.
Cheers, man. So yeah, we've got loads of stuff to talk to. Today we're talking about David Goyer and the Masters of the Universe, Quentin Tarantino's Manson murder films, Margot Robbie and her comments on Harlequin, Bryan Singer's Bohemian Rhapsody, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and much more on the Zedos Gang. So we'll kick this off. David Goyer is in talks to not only write, we knew he was writing Masters of the Universe based on a cartoon of the 1980s, but he's now in talks to direct this movie. This is his first directing gig in a while, man. I mean, his last film, I know he went into obscure horror movies and stuff, and he's been in TVs doing stuff for Flash Forward and Da Vinci's Demons and stuff, but you know, his last movie was The Unborn, which I've never seen, and like there was The Invisible as well, but you know, most movie fans will know the horrible disaster that was Blade Trinity, which was terrible. I mean, it didn't help that, yeah. It didn't help that like Wesley Snipes didn't speak to him on set, and you know, back then they were trying to like have a new team of heroes like help Blade out, and it just became like Blade and the kids. But you know, I mean, like look, I like David Goyer. I mean, as a writer, he's done no wrong. As a director, you know, to be honest, I've not seen his films aside from the horror that was Blade Trinity. I think that was down to studio problems and Wesley Snipes' ego, as well as like a lot of stuff going on with that movie. That movie was just bullshit. And Dracula, why is he called Drago or whatever? I don't know. Like he was. It was bad, man. It was bad. It was a terrible movie. Masters of the Universe, maybe look, I'm fine with him writing, motherfucker, but I mean, like, shit, he should just stick to writing, man. I'll direct Masters of the Universe, fuck's sake, you know. At least I know the source material. What's your thoughts, Pete, on David Goyer directing?
I mean, he's done. Well, yeah, you should stick to writing, to be honest. I mean, he's done a few films like Dark Knight trilogy. And Man of Steel as well, but there's like some hit and miss with it. But still, I'm all up for it for him to write Masters of the Universe, even though I'm not a big fan of Masters of the Universe getting rebooted.
Yeah. Why not? I
mean, like, well, for me as a younger generation, I didn't really know what Master Universe is until you showed me a video. I'm like,
true.
That's what a lot of means.
For those that don't know, Peter's quite young. How old are you, Pete?
I'm 23.
He's 23. So, like, I just showed him the wonders of Masters of the Universe for us guys of the 1980s. I even showed him the trailer to the Dolph Lundgren classic. To be quite honest, I hated that film as a child. A lot of people on the interwebs are screaming no. But, I mean, like, when... I just remember as an 8-year-old when that movie came out, yeah, everyone was talking about, oh, Masters of the Universe, and then when it came out I saw it, I was like, He-Man doesn't look like, why is he not brown? Which always confused me while watching the TV show, because he'd be a white guy and then he'd just get a tan.
Yeah.
You know, it's just suddenly. But like, I know there was a second cartoon which was by a different animation team, and that like took him to space and stuff, and it was bizarre, and I didn't like that show either because I grew up on the original one with Orko and Man of Farms and all of those bits.
Right.
But then I think that's the perfect time for a reboot, because you don't know anything of it, so it could could be like this new film.
Exactly.
And also like the first film, okay, depending whether you like the first film, I fucking hated it, but I think they could do something more truthful to that original cartoon and have a, I don't know, Lord of the Rings kind of vibe into it, and like, you know, bring a new audience into this thing. I think it should be cool. I think it could be cool. But like you said, IP branding, it's kind of relying on that 80s generation to kind of go, oh, I remember that, you know, and it's got that whole fear of, will it be another RoboCop or a Ghostbusters, I guess. But, yeah,
I do agree with that.
I mean, what's your thought on all these remakes that they keep bringing out? I'm being a young guy that like you only just saw original Ghostbusters after the reboot.
I'm not gonna lie, I did quite enjoy the reboot of Ghostbusters, but that's because I've never actually seen Ghostbusters before.
Blasphemy.
but yeah, I definitely did like it, both of them.
Yeah.
Like the old one, even though it's outdated, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah. You're allowed to say that, Pete. You're wrong, but you know, I'm joking. But no, it's true. That's another point of view. I mean, like, you know, I was talking about. I actually brought you and Aileen up. Aileen's his other half. But I mean, I brought them up on the subject of this podcast regarding Ghostbusters. I know we are renowned for slagging off that movie. I mean, our first episode was that trailer.
Oh, yeah?
We reviewed the Ghostbusters trailer in our first ever Zedos gang thing, and we had nothing but hate for that thing. And Joe was just straight up, nope, I'm out. And then, you know, later on down the lines with the subject of Ghostbusters, I did say, well, you know, the younger generation kind of dug it. You know what I mean? Because you never grew up on it. For me, you know what? I'm in the middle ground here. I could see why the kids would like it. Because it, you know, as a film, if I didn't know Ghostbusters, it wasn't that bad. But I do know Ghostbusters, and Ghostbusters was like very special to me. It was like almost like Star Wars. Almost.
Religion, man.
It's like can't there. So it was like no. But like RoboCop though, RoboCop was shit.
I can't defend that. Yeah, it was terrible, man. I mean, this suit looked new at all, but I don't know. I still prefer the old one.
Yeah,
definitely.
Even the story as well,
yeah,
and like the way he gets taken out was just better as well. It was just why did you bother? Why did you bother rebooting that? But anyway, so David Goyer, people, put your thoughts at the bottom of the thread, etc., and just let us know what you guys think. Would he be good for Masters of the Universe, or who do you think would be good at directing the Masters? Does anyone have it? Do you have any suggestions now that you know what kind of flavour they're going there? Could we go with a bit of a Zack Snyder, or could we go with a bit of a Peter Jackson kind of thing? I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, you said it needs to be serious. So Zack Snyder, he can visionize some stuff or so. But I also think the person who directed Deadpool could do it as well.
Yeah. If we were going that direction.
If we're going like sort of the serious but comedy style.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we could go that direction as well.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
To be quite honest, I think it's open to interpretation at this point, because the only movie version we've got to go by is the 1980s one that came out with Dolph Lundgren and that.
Yeah.
And like, no one wants that. No one. If you do, really, I mean, like, do we have to go back to Earth and play the organ and stuff because she was good at piano lessons? No, we don't need any of that. I mean, Courtney Cox can cameo, I guess, but you know, no one would care. So. But yeah, any suggestions for He-Man? What do you reckon?
Not on my top of my head, man.
Yeah,
I can't think of it.
Get a really bulk guy. But anyway, all right. Next subject. Quentin Tarantino's Marilyn Manson movie. It's coming. Not Marilyn Manson. What am I talking? The Manson Murders movie. Manson Murder movie. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know about this movie, basically it's set around the Manson murders. It's basically set in the 60s. Set in the 60s, the whole peace and love kind of thing going on there. It's based. The main character is a guy he's a young actor trying to break it into movies, and he's got a friend who's a stuntman kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's literally about a struggling actor trying to make it as a movie actor in Hollywood in the 1960s and stuff. And you've got the Manson murders as a backdrop as of what's going on now. You know, they haven't got a confirmed cast, but you've got like Brad Pitt up for a role. You got you know, quite a lot of the Quentin Tarantino regulars up for a role and stuff in there. Tom Cruise is actually up for a role in this as well, which is going to be really interesting because he's never been in a Tarantino film ever, and I think that'd be an interesting dynamic to see whether he could like do the dialogue as well as everybody else, because Quentin Tarantino has like a certain tone with his dialogue and stuff, and that only Quentin can do. But the news here, because that isn't old news, but the news here is that they're releasing this movie on August 8th 2019, bang in the middle of summer. That concerns me for a smaller movie like this, because that's blockbuster season in my eyes. You know what I mean? I'd say bring this out in February, or like, you know what I mean, like January, or like September or October or November when there's no movies out, because that way you've got the big QT movie hogging the spot. You know what I mean? You put a Quentin Tarantino movie with the blockbusters. We already had that was Death Proof, and that tanked. That came up. Death Proof, Planet Terror, the Double Bill, Grindhouse, that came up same opening weekend as Spider-Man 3. Now Spider-Man 3 may have been a rubbish movie, but it was still Spider-Man 3, right? 800 million total. That was destined to crush anything. That's like releasing this next to bloody The Last Jedi. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's dumb. It's the dumbest thing I've heard all day. I think people at Sony just shown once again they can't do shit. This is why your movies tank, guys, because you don't know when to release shit. You don't know how to make a decent Spider-Man movie yet with your Venom shit. You guys should just fuck off. But what's your thoughts, Pete?
I do agree with release date on summer. That is supposed to be blockbusters season right there. Like Hateful Eight was released in January.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, like that did okay in that month, because you know it's usually a quiet month, January.
Yeah.
So I have no idea why August, but it depends who's in it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's just it. I mean, Quentin Tarantino will get some butts on seats. Depends who else. I mean, Tom Cruise, though, is he the powerhouse that he was in the 90s? I don't think he is, because look at The Mummy.
I don't know. What about American Made? That came out in August.
That came out in August, but again, that was counter programming as well. I don't know. Maybe counter programming could work for it, but I just think, you know, if I was Sony, I'd try and be a little bit safer. Don't get me wrong. I believe in Tarantino's name as the brand, but you know, if you want an example of when that hasn't worked for him, I gave the best example. Okay, so yeah, I don't know, but hopefully it'll work out. But what's your thoughts on this movie? I mean, like, set in the 60s and stuff. I mean, I think it has a vibe of there's an old film, I know you haven't seen it, Pete, but there's this old film in the 60s called Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, okay? And like those were crazy messed up movies, and for some reason I just think this could be like a swinger movie like Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. Check it out. Check out the trailer for that film, or even watch the film. I just caught this film on like TV when I was like young and stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, there was nudity everywhere. I was like, shit, man, I'm gonna carry on watching this. But it is messed up because it's got like a degree of horror in it, which just comes out of nowhere. And that film's actually about a struggling group of girls that are trying to become singers and stuff, kind of thing. So it's music industry. So I don't know, I'm just trying to second guess Tarantino. Is he going that route with this movie? Is this going to be a modern day Valley of the Dolls movie? Only time will tell, but if I'm right, you heard it here first. I don't know, or maybe it's a Godzilla movie, but no one knows. I don't know.
Godzilla.
Well, he was a product of the 60s. Maybe Tarantino will be like, this is my version of a blockbuster, and it's going to have really rubbish special effects. Hell, we're going to use puppets and stuff and man suits and shit. Oh no, man. Oh no. Your thoughts, man. Go big. Go wacky.
For me, as long as he has his action, his over top action, where, you know, in what's it called? The one with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, well, Django.
Yeah, you know when you just shot them and they just flew backwards.
Yeah.
Everything. Just the over top killing. As long as it has that, that's just great for me.
Fair enough. You're a bit psychotic, Pete. Okay, so next up, Margot Robbie says that she is producing and working on a third Harlequin spin-off. Okay, divulge in there that and the DCU as it stands at the moment. So, what are your thoughts on Gotham City Sirens and this potential third Harlequin movie?
Well, Margot Robbie was a highlight in Suicide Squad, so definitely more films of her. I mean, I love the idea of Gotham Sirens, but all female cast, maybe we could add some men into it. But I do like her meet up with Poison Ivy and Catwoman. Great idea. And a third film with her, I kind of wanted a background story with the Joker and Harley Quinn and how they killed Robin as well. I think that would be a more interesting route as well. But yeah, definitely excited for it. She's going for it.
What are your thoughts on Justice League? I never got that. Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was any good? Or
I enjoyed the ride. I mean, all the heroes, all great, everything. But I feel like it was rushed. They wanted to set a team, you know, just be at the same level with Marvel, but just couldn't. I think it's just the whole thing's rushed.
Yeah.
And right now there's a big gap. I think there's a 1 year gap until Aquaman. So
is it 1 year to Aquaman?
Yeah, I think it's coming out in December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a massive gap. So I think they are just rushing stuff.
Yeah. I mean, what's your thoughts on BVS? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Did you?
I mean, I love the tone. Definitely love the tone of it. But I feel like the story's everywhere. Everything. There's like Lex Luthor there, then there's Doomsday. I don't think I can call him Doomsday, but
in terms of like rebooting stuff, do you think they should just call it a day on this thing and just like start again, like in about 7 years when everyone's forgotten about it, or do you think they should carry on with what they're doing and actually try and do better?
I think they should carry on. I mean, all the characters like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, brilliant, and well, I really like Ben Affleck as Batman. I don't know, some people may argue, but I like him then. Jason Momoa, even though I saw a tiny bit of him, I really liked him. Flash, I mean, I don't mind him being a comic relief character, but I do want to see a serious side of him as well. Yeah. But yeah, I kind of want to see standalone films first, then bigger event. Big it up, build it up.
Like how Marvel did.
Exactly.
You know, that's what they should have done from the get-go. I don't understand why. Yeah, I guess they felt they needed to get to the finish, and they felt like they were going to scramble towards Darkseid like really quickly before they did Thanos. But do you see the difference between like people's expectations here? Because like, look at their villain. They had Steppenwolf, and Steppenwolf was bollocks. He was like a one-note villain.
And not many people know Steppenwolf.
Exactly.
I mean, he appeared in comics like a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's use him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But like now you got Thanos coming along. It's like everyone kind of knows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone kind of knows that been following. They're like, oh shit, Gamora's dad's coming to give everyone an ass whooping. You know what I mean? Just I don't know, man. But yeah, that's we could talk about this for ages about how shit DC is with their movies and stuff. But you know, we'll leave it there. So Bryan Singer has they've halt production of Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen biopic. Bryan Singer has fallen ill apparently, but other reports say that he's having a hard time with certain cast members and whatnot. Yeah, man, what are your thoughts on the Queen biopic and Bryan Singer and Freddie Mercury and everything?
You told me a bit of it, and you said that it's going to be set after he's dead, so
yeah, that's right. So basically with this whole thing, they're doing the whole thing, and basically the surviving members of Queen will do a biopic where you know, Freddie Mercury dies in the middle, and it carries on later on, like showing what happened to the band members, I guess.
It's kind of to me, this sounds pointless, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about him, not the band. I mean, the band members are cool. Just, you know.
It's just like you just think of Freddie Mercury and that Tash and
Exactly,
like I don't know. But then Bryan Singer, I don't know, man, what's going on there? But like, get to work, man. Stop calling in sick. You get to make movies all day, and like, some people have day jobs. But I don't know, man. I hope he's okay. I mean, like, I hope everything's okay. But then you've got the allegations as well, so maybe it's to do with that. Nobody knows, man. But we'll have to find out. I mean, like, it's a bit, yeah. So anyway, so we got Ant-Man and the Wasp up next. Yeah, they've been saying that it's going to be in the tone of a rom-com. What's your thoughts on that, Pete?
I don't mind. I mean, like, they changed Thor's tone into like a proper comedy, so it's good that they're experimenting films and all that stuff. And I don't know much about Ant-Man or the Wasp. I didn't know they were actually together.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what? I don't really know that much about Ant-Man. Well, this incarnation of Ant-Man.
Yeah.
You see, Ant-Man that I grew up with was Hank Pym. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, like, Edgar Wright. That's why Edgar Wright left the project, because he, if it was Phase 1 and it had come out during Phase 1, we would have got Hank Pym. Personally, I would have liked to have seen like a superhero like relationship drama with Hank Pym, because he's an alcoholic and he's a wife beater, so because he used to beat up the Wasp. True story, bro. Captain America beat him up, innit? Beat up Giant Man over that's in the Ultimate Comics, isn't it? Because like dude was like reluctant kind of superhero and stuff, but instead we got old Hank Pym, who's like 60, and we got Scott Lang, who's the new Ant-Man, because that's what the kids are reading now.
Yeah. I
have no clue about anything about Scott Lang, but we're not going to get that family drama. We're not going to get that. That's a bit too dark for Marvel, I guess. But it would have made interesting drama. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a rom-com, I could see that. You know what I mean? I could see that. Marvel could do anything. I mean, like, they keep changing genres. Like, look at Captain America. You watch the first movie, it's a World War II film, and then everyone thought it had the Indiana Jones kind of vibe to it. Exactly. Everyone thought, that's Captain America, that's what they should all be. And then Winter Soldier came out and was like espionage swinger, and they just changed the game. It was like, we flipped it. You know what I mean? They just flipped it, and they keep flipping stuff. Everything we think it should be, they throw in that extra element, and it's like what? Agreed. Yeah. I just can't wait for like the spy thriller Spider-Man. I'm bullshitting. Keep Spider-Man in high school. I'd like to see a Spider-Man where he body swaps with Wolverine.
Body swaps with Wolverine?
Yeah, it happens in the comic. They do a Freaky Friday episode. You ever seen the film Freaky Friday?
Yeah, I've seen Freaky Friday where they
swap bodies. Okay, right. So in the 80s we had a film like that called Vice Versa. Right. Where it had the kid from Wonder Years. Ever seen the Wonder Years? Yeah, I've seen okay, Wonder Years. Okay, Fred Savage and Judge Reinhold. Yeah, they swap bodies. And like his dad's like him and he's his dad, and it's like weird. But Freaky Friday, same thing. They should do that with Spider-Man and Wolverine. It'd be jokes. Hugh Jackman gets to play Spider-Man, but like Peter Parker as like as him, and then like Tom Holland could be like Wolverine, like, and then they should fight Sabretooth and Scorpion or something.
That relies on acting, a lot of acting.
A lot of acting, but it'd be jokes. That would be jokes.
That sounds jokes. I'm not gonna lie.
It's in a cartoon. There was a cartoon episode. There was a comic book. It was awesome, and it turned out Jean Grey did it because in the comic book, Jean Grey swapped the minds using the telepathy. Yeah. That's how they body swap, because Wolverine was hitting on her. She said, "If you touch my ass one more time, I'll put your brain in the worst place that you can possibly imagine." So she puts it in a 15-year-old boy's mind.
Damn.
And Wolverine just wakes up like in Peter Parker's bed, and like Mary Jane's next to him. He's like, "What?" No. He just wakes up. No, the cartoon, he wakes up in class, like he's sleeping in class, and then wakes up. And he's like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? And he's like, "Rrr," in the middle of the classroom, and the students are like, "What the fuck's up with him?" You know what I mean? And like in the cartoon, like he goes up to Harry Osborn and Mary Jane and asks him a question, and he's like, he goes to pull his claws out, like,
claws.
and they laugh in his face, and it's like so funny. And then you got in the comic book version, Peter Parker wakes up in a motel with a hooker and a bottle of beer in his house, and he's just like, what? What's happened to me? Then he looks in the mirror. He's like, no. And then there's one thing, like he had to call Wolverine up. He's like, wear the suit, and he's like, I ain't wearing that crappy suit. He's like, Spider-Man's a kid. And then what I thought was like really funny about that run was that you know how Wolverine can smell stuff.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the. You know, he sniffs and he can smell the identity and stuff. So Peter Parker's in the mall with his friends. And people are taking a piss out of him, blah 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 blah. And then Wolverine just comes down because he smells Peter Parker. He comes down and he's like, "Yeah, I know Peter. He's a friend of mine. If you fuck with him, you fuck with me." it's like that's golden for like that kind of. I'd love to see that kind of Spider-Man story.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you think?
Everything you said there was funny and jokes, man.
It would fit.
I mean, I don't know how they would be able to get Hugh Jackman into it, but
yeah, money. Disney have money. They have loads of money. They have money at Disney. Look at what they're doing with fucking look. Without their money, we'd not get Infinity War.
Exactly.
It's true. They have all the monies. Yeah, leads us on to Infinity War.
Trailer. Awesome, fantastic. What more can I say?
What are your thoughts on the trailer? What do you think? What?
There's a lot of stuff in there, even though it doesn't seem like it. Like, I think they are fighting in Wakanda right at the end of the battle sequence. So that's why Black Panther's first. I do believe that this is a theory, but I do believe a gemstone is in Wakanda. That's why Thanos is there.
Has to be.
I mean, I don't know what to say, but yeah. Then I think in this Black Panther, he's going to be king of Wakanda. Then all this showdown's going to happen also. So yeah, there's like other stuff like the Vision. I think he's going to die. Yeah, I think
he's gone.
Thanos has all his little class leaders are gonna rip the stone out his head.
Yeah, it does look like one of his minions does it because they've got a staff like Loki's staff,
exactly,
isn't it?
I saw that.
So it's like, okay, cool. So he gets murked by the minions. Shame, because we like Vision.
Yeah, but it's weird because it did show an early scene where he's sort of human.
I think that might be that might be like Scarlet Witch, like with her magic and stuff in it. So
I think they're trying to just do their romance thing. Then
totally.
Later on, dead.
Yeah, I mean, like, who'd have thought, like, Scarlet Witch was ahead of the game with, like, robots and, like, fucking them. Hey, you know, I mean, like, you look on the news now, how all these guys are making, like, robot women to go fuck each other, and she did it with the she's doing it the opposite with the Vision, hey. Oh, God. What's your thoughts on that, by the way, guys? Fucking robots? That's fucking weird.
Especially a woman fucking a robot, man.
Well, I know women have been using vibrators for a long time, so I just kind of think that's the next step, right?
Do you think he has a vibrator down there?
Well, he's got something. It's not made out of wood. Oh man. I should have put more topics. We're blitzing through this podcast. But yeah, Infinity War, man. Infinity War.
Yeah, but I do think Spider-Man's gonna die. It's again another theory.
Yeah.
But I know he does have a future film coming out.
Yeah,
but
so
that might be set in the past.
Yeah, so you know, Soul Stone. Yeah.
Souls. Yeah, they might bring him back.
Bring him back to
Soul
life.
Stone.
Done. Sorted.
Yeah.
I want the black suit. I reckon. I bet I'm begging Marvel.
Oh, they could do that. If he dies, he comes back wearing the black suit.
Yeah, no. Maybe he doesn't die. Maybe he gets really injured, and then like some alien dude just gives him the fucking black suit like in the comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just gives it, look, this will heal you. You'll be more powerful to like fight him. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
Bang, and he's like strong and shit, and that's how he gets attached to the symbiote. And then I don't know, man. They could do loads of stuff with this thing, man. It's just nuts. Funnily enough, I just got my Infinity War comic book to read again and refresh. I haven't read it in about 25 years, so we'll check that out. But yeah, looking for the clues already, man. I wonder if Adam Warlock will show up.
Maybe. I mean, they did tease him.
Yeah.
In Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah. But if you think about it, it's been years later, or it looks like years later, because Groot has grown up. So in Guardians world, 1 and 2 are kind of their own kind of thing.
Yeah.
So this could be crazy. I mean, when did Zooms come out?
Zooms.
Remember the iPod? Remember, yeah, the Zoom.
Zoom. That's
so when did the Zoom come out? There's a hint there.
2000 something. It must be like that. 2005.
Okay, so
That's a time ago, basically. Yeah, and this is supposed to be set like 2020 or so.
Yeah. So do you see what I mean?
There is
like,
a gap.
There is a gap, which is why he's Teenage Groot. That's crazy. You see what I mean? Yeah. Like, I only just thought about that now. So, yeah.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder, but yeah. I mean, like, leading on to the next thing. I mean, like, I love that trailer. My favorite moment in it is like Spider-Man. Like, just the fact he's in an Avengers movie.
It's just
like, It's awesome. Just like it's the team is there. Like, it'd be nice if Hugh Jackman showed up, but like, you know, that would be the cherry on the top. We don't need Wolverine, but you know what? If they could make that happen, that would be the cherry on top. And like, you know what? Yeah, let's say the Marvel Fox deal happens. All right, I beg Kevin Feige and the forces at Marvel to get that cameo in as soon as. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as. It won't happen, but. You know, but hey, if like Ridley Scott could like get rid of Kevin Spacey like that, man, everything's possible. That guy just did it as well. He had like 6 weeks. He has 6 weeks. They're working on it now.
Oh damn.
He has 6 weeks to erase all of that performance. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. But yeah, but Infinity War, future of the MCU. They're planning 22 movies, man.
22
brand new movies.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I don't think I can name any.
That's crazy.
I mean, so after this event, this Infinity War,
yeah.
I mean, what's next?
Well, that's just it. No one knows. I mean, like, you've got like Captain Marvel that's set in the past, right? So maybe they're just expanding the universe. You know what I mean? Like because their contracts are out, kind of thing. I think they're not going to look into recasting them, considering they're moving forward. They may do. Right. They might do. They've not been afraid to do so before, but I think they know their worth, if that makes sense. So I think they're just going to chill with the actors, for those actors, because they've got all these other franchises to focus on. They got Spider-Man. They got Black Panther. They got Spider-Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Guardians. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Guardians. You've got Ravagers. Then you've got like comic books that haven't come out. Yeah, haven't had their own movies. She-Hulk. Well, it's true. She's a character. She-Hulk. You got Silver Surfer. If the Fox deal goes through, watch Marvel bring Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer will come before, like, you know, if the Fox deal goes through, we'll get true Fantastic Four. You know what I mean? Like proper Fantastic Four.
Not reboot Fox one they just released.
Any of the Fox ones, they're all shit. They are all shit. That first movie was bollocks, and I went to the film premiere of that. Seriously,
I went to the film premiere for the second one, but yeah.
Oh really? Yeah. That's crazy. I was like, wow, they really made a bad movie. It's like they caused the accident that they began, like fucking, you know what I mean? Like it's just, it's so bad, man. It's so bad. Not once. I was like, why are they so praised and famous? They're idiots. I don't know, like the reboot one, I like the first hour. the parts of the first hour that I quite like. I like the fact that they became they were working for the military.
Yeah.
I like that aspect because that was kind of like, oh, that's new, and that's probably what would have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. There's loads of stuff they could do. Blade hasn't returned yet.
Yeah.
He'd have to be an 18. I'm sorry.
Well, if Disney's buying it, I don't think they can.
Well, Disney owned Blade.
Oh, do they? Okay, yeah, then go for it.
Yeah, Disney owned Blade. They've just not done jack shit with him. So.
But yeah, it has to be 18 though.
Yeah. I'd like a Ghost Rider movie, but done low budget. Done like a low budget horror movie. I think Ghost Rider was hindered by putting too much money and too many people with an opinion. I think if you did Ghost Rider like low budget, have that effects be for when he turns into Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like Flaming Skull kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Just for the transformation, and then have the skull and that be physical. Even the flame be physical to a degree. Do it like a proper horror movie and play it for scares. You know what I mean? And then you only use the CGI for someone like Darkseid.
Yeah.
Darkseid. I can't remember the name of the guy, but one of his villain, the guy that fucking Wes Bentley was supposed to play in the fucking movie, and then you were like, well, that's not. Why is he fucking emo fucking Wes Bentley? What I want to see what I fought in the Marvel superheroes game, man.
Yeah.
What the hell? Yeah, those films were crap, man. The only thing good about them was Cage. I thought Cage was okay as the guy, but like, yeah.
You love Cage, don't you?
Cage is amazing, man. Cage should be. I feel sorry for Cage though. He is a great actor. I just think because he did so many shit films, because he took every offer under the sun, like it's diluted his stock. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As an actor, like people look at a Nick Cage film now and they don't trust the brand. Does that make sense? I think the same could be said about The Rock in some cases, with some of his choices.
But I mean, some people do like the Rock films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's that he's just so charismatic.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah. But yeah, Nick Cage.
I mean, he's got what is it? A Jumanji film coming up soon.
That looks fun.
Really? Because I prefer the old one.
I've never seen the old one.
Oh really? It's like really proper dark and creepy. Exactly, and it's a classic board game. And this one, I guess they have to update it to a video game.
Yeah.
Because, everyone plays video games, and so. But I get the idea. But I feel like I don't know. I'll give it a try. It does look fun, but I still prefer the old, dark version.
I'll check it out one day. It's just I've just never seen it. I had a choice when it came out in cinema, that or sneak into From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, Dusk Till Dawn then. I would have done the same thing, man. Thank you. I'm glad you feel that way because I felt I made the ultimate choice there. Okay. Brings us to our next subject. The Disaster Artist comes out in theatres. I've never seen The Room, guys. I've never seen The Room. I've heard of The Room for years. For the past 8 years, I've heard of The Room being the worst movie ever made. So my initial thought would be, I'm never going to see this movie. But it's become such a cult classic where, like, there are screenings of this film where every time, like, a spoon is on screen, people will throw spoons at the screen. Okay.
It's got loads of weird things like that, like a drinking game and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, it's apparently that bad. I'm going to do a double bill this week. I'm going to watch The Room for the first time, and then I'm going to watch The Disaster Artist. Have you seen The Room?
I have never seen The Room.
Did I only just show you what this thing is before the podcast?
There was two guys, Solomon and Farhan. They're like, oh, you need to see The Room. It's the best film you'll ever see. I was like, okay, I need to see it, but I didn't really get to see it until you showed me a few clips of it, and it does look terrible. Really, really bad acting.
I love the little Star Wars mashup they had with If you guys haven't seen it, they do a Tommy Wiseau mashup with the Star Wars films, and that was hilarious, especially with the overacting between him and Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
That was just pure comedy gold. I'm gonna have to share that now on social media, man. But what are your thoughts on the Disaster Artist in general?
I've seen that trailer. James Franco was acing that character, man. It looked proper jokes. You know, James Franco, he takes the piss. I mean, it looks really good. So, and it also has his brother on it, Dave Franco, and it also has Seth Rogen as the director. It's like, what?
And it's like he even has the mannerisms down to a T, and like, yeah, it just looks crazy.
It's good. I didn't know it was coming out this week, so I'm definitely going to check it out. Like you said, double bill, The Room first, then this film.
Yeah. So now it's just like, I think we've just literally come to the end of the podcast, but is there anything that you'd like to talk about or bring up while you're on the show?
Not in mind. I mean, I wish we kind of covered more of Infinity War content.
Yeah.
Like this, what, 6 stones?
Yeah.
Where are they? So
okay, the stones. So the Tesseract.
Yeah.
Okay, the Tesseract that was in Asgard, but Loki totally yoinked. Gone.
Spoilers, but yeah.
Yeah, spoilers.
If
Sorry.
you haven't seen it, but
yeah, sorry, apologies, guys. More spoilers. Yeah. Anyway, no. Yeah. So Loki's got the Tesseract. The ether.
I also think Loki will die as well.
Yeah,
because Thanos doesn't need him anymore.
Yeah, the ether is who's got that? The Collector has the ether.
Yes.
Yeah, because at the end of Thor 2, they take it to the Collector, don't they? Now the Power Stone is at the Nova Corps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's with the Nova Corps. The Soul Stone is in Vision's head now.
Oh, yes.
That was in Loki's scepter, but now in Vision's head. Are we missing stones? There's 6 stones,
There's
right?
6. So Doctor Strange has.
Oh yeah. Doctor Strange has one.
I guess that's why they attacked New York.
Yeah.
That stone.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so that's a stone, and then it has to be in Wakanda, man.
Wakanda.
Has to be in Wakanda. I was shocked that we didn't get one in Ragnarok, to be honest, because I thought, when he goes at the end of Age of Ultron, I thought, yeah, he's gonna look into the stones, but we didn't get.
They didn't, talk about it.
Yeah, didn't at all, man. So that's a bit weird. But yeah, I mean, Thor Ragnarok, man. Now that was a movie.
I mean, I liked it as a comedy because they changed it, but I kind of wish they had like epic battles. Like Ragnarok was supposed to be God of Death, so yeah. I kind of wish they had a larger battle sequence. I
thought that was the greatest, man. I loved the way they did it. It was kind of like, what it reminded me of? Modern day Flash Gordon.
Flash
Gordon, yeah, man, because you had like all this Viking rock music and stuff, and like it just and look, all they needed was Queen.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah. All they needed was Queen in there, and that was it. But because Flash Gordon was all about Queen, so but like it was more or less Flash Gordon, but Thor.
I could see it.
Yeah,
I could definitely see it.
What would you like Taika Waititi to return as director of Thor?
Yeah. I do say yeah. I mean, this one I did like it. I like this one better than the other 2.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's the best Thor, easily. Thor Ragnarok, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Alright guys, I think that concludes our podcast today. This is officially the shortest Zedos Gang podcast, I think. Yeah, Peter, where can we find you?
Well, you can check me out on YouTube. It's Mr. Peter PFL. It's easy to find, probably one of the first things you can see. And thanks, Sacha, for having me in the podcast, man.
No, that's cool, man. Just pimp it out for us. Me and Joe appreciate it. Yeah, check out his reviews on his podcast and stuff. And if you're a gamer, also check out his gaming reviews as well. You can find me on Sashman3 or just check the Zedo Gang's website all the time for all news and reviews and stuff. I know Joe's looking into bringing back trailers properly and movie reviews and movie reviews at some point. When that happens, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully he'll be back next week and we'll be back to our bickering selves. But yeah, this is the Zedos Gang podcast and we're out.
Goodbye.